naweza ilinda na naweza itembeza mpaka ifikie pahali mlikuwa mnataka mufike. Also, about this issue ya fear yenye mnauziwa, please don't fear. And also my advice to you, I've told you I just have 4 points. First, mtafute watu wenye midwives, people that can be able to protect the vision that you have. Also, people that do not fear, don't fear. Alafu, you must have structures. And also, you must have funds. Hizo funds zitawasaidia hata hii mambo mnasema ya 8-8. You need funds. You need posters. Munahitaji civic education. Munahitaji watu on the ground. You can't reach those people kwa X peke yake. You also need people in Facebook. Waende mahali pale wa mobilize. You need people in TikTok. You need people in Instagram. You need people even in YouTube. Hata kwa TV. And also, as the previous speaker amesema, kuna yule mwenye alisema about Martha Karua, about now James Orengo. You can buy from those people. Uwaulize wakati walikuwa wanafanya hiki tunaitwa Sabasaba. You can buy what made Sabasaba to be successful. You can buy from them. I happen to be in a family wakati Sabasaba ilikuwa inaformiwa. One of my uncles was among those people. And I'm telling you, those people would even sit usiku na mchana. Na walikuwa wanakuja huko mashamba kwetu wanafichwa. Ili waweze kuongea. Au watu mnaona kama Raila Odinga, akina Mwite, they used to come in our home. Shosho yetu anawaficha, anawapikia, anawaficha. Wanakaa huko siku mbili, wakipanga venye wataweza kufanya nini, venye watafaulu. You also need people. And now since mumejuana, you don't need to kujage space hapa tuongee kila kitu. There are some issues zenye the leaders you are going to choose. Because you need structures and you need people who can fight for this revolution. Wenye damu yao iko kwa changes that you guys need. Kuna mambo zenye mtakuja hapa and there are people who can come here, wanajifanya mko pamoja lakini wanaenda huko wanatoa siri zenyu. Even before muende kupigana, munapata mumefungiwa pahali. So that is all I wanted to tell you. Yeah, and no, as a parent, we are praying for you guys. We love you. Nimekuwa nikiwasikiliza, nimekuwa nikiwafuata, and I've also been mobilizing people katika platform na kuaga. Ninawaambia wakuje hapa kwenyu waweze kuwasikiliza. God bless you. Keep moving. That is all I have.
God bless you, Rehab. I do appreciate. Let me see if Sonko is awake or did he sleep. If he did, I can proceed for a little bit. Oh, he's in the house. And tell us, how does the diaspora get involved? It's 1:49 a.m. for me, Sonko. You've put me through this. Nitahitaji malipo kidogo. Anyways, God bless and thanks, Sonko, for doing this amazing job. Back to you.
So, as per your request, niliunda hiyo mchanga account, and of course it supports any mode of payment. Yeah, ina support M-Pesa and also zile za card payment, the Stripe. Yeah, so those in diaspora mnaweza tumia any mode of payment, card, PayPal. Yeah, I think.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was because I know there are a few people who have been asking to contribute, and we were not. I wasn't very sure if that supports that, and I'll be the first one to check it out. So thanks for clarifying that. That's really important. All right, so go ahead. We need to bring the youth president and then Wycliffe, and then of course we'll go to Juice James. I have no idea what that name means, but yeah. So probably those three, they go in that order: the youth president, Wycliffe, and then Juice James.
Them just before they go, we have a lady here called MJ. She's in the space. Yeah, she has a verified account. So MJ, has been on the forefront of posting the missing persons. Of course, we've seen what she has been doing. So, guys, if you can locate MJ wherever she is, we have a comrade who has been missing, a 34-year-old guy, and yeah, that's the work yenye tunafanya saizi to try as much as possible to amplify that case. At least we get hold on the whereabout of that guy. So just locate MJ mali yako. And also I
Yeah,
want to let you know that
I've sent a request. I've sent MG a request, and we'll appreciate if she can come and probably highlight that. That would be great.
okay. And then I also thought if we can dedicate her account for sharing missing persons, because she has been on the forefront of that, just like I've been on the forefront of posting spaces and being on the ground.
Awesome, awesome. That's really great. Some of you come up, and then we will get to that. Let's go to the youth president, then Wycliffe after that, please. We have like at the very least like maybe 15 or whatever requests. We will get you back up here. It's only that it's like a very heavy traffic today, so we'll get you up here to contribute. Please stay with us. Youth president.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Am I audible?
Good morning, Mr. President. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Hillary. I'm a millennial. I'm from Bungoma, so I appreciate the movement. As KOT has said, I've been a listener quite for some time. I've tried through the mode of payment, the M-Changa. I've seen it works because I've tried this early in the morning when the space had started. So I wanted to confirm how it is working, and I appreciate. So my little concern is we need to have a structure, as other speakers have spoken, whereby we need civic education to from the grassroots, whereby all generations, the Gen Z, the millennial, and we have part of Gen X and Gen Y, educate our people so that we are on board, all of us. And also, as I see the Nane revolts, we purpose to have all the youth from across the country, yet we don't have a structure. So I don't know how we are going to work out to have all the youths, because I think it is meant to transport youths from different counties to Nairobi as we march to the State House. So I'd like to know, because now that we don't have a structure, I don't know if we have identified different representatives from different counties that will help mobilize other Gen Zs and those other people, the millennials and the other generation that has bought the idea and are in support of the movement towards revolution of the country and governance in our nation. So my real concern is about that. How are we going to work out to have representative at the grassroots? Because we need to start from the ward level, the constituency, the county, just as the political class do, because that's where we reach our conversation to them, and that's how we'll have to enlighten them, because some of them see whatever we are doing is a wrong thing, because they seem to see that we are fighting the government. We are not giving it a space and time to work and make changes that we are crying for. So I think with me, that's my main concern, and I believe going forward, we need to think of having the structure in place. If not leaders, at least representatives from different counties, from the grassroots level, have a program of civic education to the people, to the community, so that they get to know the real rot that is within the country and within the government, that we are fighting for change and fighting for a difference, so as to have the Kenya that we really want, as the people of Kenya, because this is our land, this is our nation, and we deserve the best. That's all what I had, and I appreciate for the opportunity to speak on the space.
Thanks, Mr. President. This is our land. This is our country, and we are the voice that is really trying to fight for the true change that we have always dreamt of having. And I believe very strongly. I think initially when we started, we had already addressed some of the issues that you've raised, which are very pertinent in terms of mobilization, having funds, using, making sure that we have people from across the country to do that. And I'm very sure Sonko will address that at some point. Wycliffe Shikuku, what do you have for us today? How do we do the Nane revolts? How do we make sure the movement is sustained? How do we mobilize everybody from across the globe to make sure that doesn't look like it's just it's not a Nairobi thing. It's everybody from the country and beyond. What are your thoughts? Wycliffe, can you hear me? Okay. Maybe I'm the one who cannot hear you. Can anybody hear Wycliffe submission? No.
No, we can't hear him.
Oh no.
Wycliffe, if you, I don't know. It looks like your mic is open, but I cannot hear you. So we probably have to recycle people and just bring in speakers. But let's go to the Jews James. Wycliffe, can you speak? Let me give you another chance before we can bring in someone else. And unfortunately, Wycliffe, we can't hear you. But if you drop, we'll get you right back in so that you can get your chance to speak. Just James.
Hello, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Oh, okay. Something I want to talk about. When we will be holding the Nane. Okay, I'm from Nakuru, currently in Egerton. When we started the war, our main aim was just to win. But if you can just view what's happening right now, the enemy has just changed the ways. The enemy is the government, and what it has done, it has just changed the ways in which it was handling us before. According to me, in Nakuru, what the people, even if you can just view what the president is just doing, he has just brought in his previous friends who they just understand the government very well. And if we don't change our tactics, we're gonna lose this war. First of all, we need to start with the basic things. Basic things, we are losing on the basic things. First of it, if we look about the numbers, we don't have the numbers. And what we're gonna do, people can, when we don't have the numbers, the police is gonna overdo us every time, kill our friends. And if we continue like that, we are going to lose. So KOT, what we have to do, we must make sure we have the numbers. That's the first thing we must make sure. Let's make sure we mobilize every person from every county, not just Nairobi or these major cities like Nakuru. Let's go deep to those villages. And that's why we need to create some communities. I heard Shikuku talking about leaders. Let's not make anybody an official leader. Why? Because if you can see, if you view the previous or you have just read the articles, what these people do, if they identify your leader, they just make you fear using the leader. Maybe he or she may be abducted, killed, and in that way, you know the power of a leader. If your leader is done something that may make you fear, we're gonna lose this war. Because me, if my leader have been either abducted or just killed, I'll just fear. That's the normal human being. And then a normal human being is somebody that it is easier to convince if he may be given a warning or what. So what we do, let's create just communities, not leaders. Communities who will mobilize people from the ground. Communities maybe of 5 people, yes, from each county, like that. But if we create one leader, we gonna not win this war. Let's create community from each county. Another thing, thanks to Mam Rahab, he has talked something that it have just really touched me. Convincing these people who are 50 years and above that we are really fighting for them. They see like we are causing chaos when they see us in streets, because the president have just used a method that they said goons in the street, making the strikes to making the protest to be viewed as we are thieves. And I am happy that I have just seen Madam Rahab has just understand that we are fighting for their rights, and we are not goons, as the president is saying. You saw he went to Mombasa, he tries to criticize us, we just look like thieves. And you see how he has done. He's using the divide rule method. If you can just look at the enemy very well, he's using the divide rule method. That if he lose this side, he makes sure he win this side. By doing what? The people who have been brought to government, the likes of Joho, the likes of Oparanya, the likes of the minority speaker, those people, eish, if you view their previous histories, they are goons. And that's why the president now have just got the confidence of getting out. For the past month, the president was in the State House. Now he's in the ground because you have just brought in the goons to the government, and now you don't fear anymore. So KOT and GM, let's change our tactics right now. Because if we don't change our tactics, we are losing. The second thing is about the holding these spaces. If you hold these spaces, as Rahab has said, there's some consequences and dangerous ones. First, this space is with us. Some of them are just rats who are here just to go and betray us. So if we create these communities from each counties, these people can be meeting secretly. And if you are rats and you are here, just hear this, you will not get us where we are going to be holding these spaces and where we're going to be holding security, not here in space, because here in space we are just risking our lives and things, because some of us here have been recorded and been found in another ways and just been abducted, you are killed. So let's create the best way of doing this thing is creating communities from each county, and KOT make sure that happen. From each county, let's have a community of 5 people to make sure if we say we are doing this, we are doing this. The second thing, let's have a common goal. It's not funny that if we say we are going to parliament, some of us are in Kisumu, some of us are in Kiambu. There is no parliament in Kiambu. Parliament is Nairobi. So if we decide that people are going to parliament, let's all gather in Nairobi. There's, to be clear enough, in Kenya, people are more than, we are like 7 times more than the police, even not 7, 10 times more than the police. If people come out, let me tell you, if you have a common goal each day, we are going to achieve everything, everything, everything that you want to achieve. For example, the day we went to parliament, it was not we had planned this, is because we had the numbers. And the police, if you were on the ground, you saw the police were overpowered and they ran away and the people got in. And up to that, walitisha reinforcement. So if we get a common goal, let's note that today we have said we are going to parliament. Some of us are in Kisumu, some of us are in Kiambu, some of us, he's a no-nonsense guy. If you know Ruto very well, he's a no-nonsense guy. If we joke with him, hey, he may dismantle all of us. And if we give him chance to relent at these mandamanos we are holding at date 8, 11th, if we give him a chance, ajicompile if ameleta some new faces to the government, we will face it. Kwanza sisi, like, we are mobilizing people here outside, we will face it. This guy, sijui atatufanyia nini, he may do us harm. So it is up to now. If ni hiyo nane, let it make change. Let us make this guy know that he have done us enough. Let him know, tusimpe a chance. Those tokea nje and start, you know very well he's a sweet talker. You know that. He's a very good sweet talker. He can convince people within minutes. So those people on the ground, let's stop this guy from getting out. If we hear he's coming somewhere, let's stop him. Let him stay in State House for now. We are just trying to make changes. Let him stay in State House, because if we give him a chance to be out here, people will gonna turn against us, especially our moms, our dads, because these people will be convinced very soon. These people will be convinced that we are on a bad side, and you know very well we are fighting for them. But you know, our dads, they are people who have been brought to the Nyayo era. Those people who fear the government, you know. But if we don't give this person a chance to be outside here, he may not change people. And by that, we will conduct a civic education to the people, to our moms and dad who are easier to convince. The good thing about our mom and dad, it's easier to convince them. So don't give Ruto a chance to convince them. It's us who are going to convince them. And when we do that, I'm very sure we're gonna win this war. Another thing, on these spaces and all these the Instagrams, the YouTubes, the let's be together. Let's stay as a group. If on this space, first of all, we make sure that we are as a group. Let's follow each other, because a very small communication from maybe KOT, maybe JM, maybe the other, like the youth president and the alluters and those, let it reach so many people. We will achieve that by making sure that we follow each other in every account we have, to make our sound be heard, to reach those outside countries and the United Nations and whichever. In every post you make, promise me that you will be making sure that you tag those big organizations like the United Nations and that. And with that, I don't think we can lose this war. We are not here to lose. We started this war to win. We are not losing it. I promise you, if we do that, we are not losing it. And we started this war that we can win, and we are going to win. We are not giving up. Thank you, JM. Thank you, KOT, for holding this space, and the others. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Very, very great points. Thanks, James. That's why we're here, to build the movement and to ensure that all of us are sharing ideas. And please don't forget, Nane revolts. We are all getting together from every part of the country. Tonight or today, there has been a lot of great ideas on what we can do, change of strategy, ensuring that it doesn't look like it's a Nairobi thing, or it's something for the elite kids. It's for all of us, regardless of your social status and everything that we do. And that is why the conversation continues to evolve as we get more ideas. And thank you all for staying with this space today as we continue to share our thoughts and our ideas. Wycliffe, you're back.
I hope now you can hear me.
Now we can hear you. Thank you for coming back.
Yes, thanks, man. My name is Shikuku Wycliffe. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm a politician, but a young politician. I vied for MCA in Trans Nzoia County, a place called Matisi Ward in Kitale. I wanted to just contribute on challenges that we are facing in this movement. I am happy the movement is ongoing, but at the same time, you also need to understand and try to do a research. What kind of, what is the something that is stopping us to achieve our goal? One of the things that is stopping us is a for me, I believe is a police force, and the second one is goons. So uh, my my thinking is, how do we come up with an idea or a strategy that either we can work with the police, which I know is very difficult, or we can even stop or minimize that force from the police. The second challenge that we are also facing is the goons. How do we handle the goons? How do we reduce the number of the goons? How do we manage them so that we'll be able now to go on with our movement? As a politician, I can tell you from my experience, what stopped me from getting to that position is goons. So how do we control these people? Because a politician is nobody, is a nobody without a goon, is a nobody without a police. Politicians, they usually get someone to use to fight
No,
their own.
Shkuku, hang on a second. Are you using like some kind of headphones or something like that? Because I think this is kind of
No, no,
rapping
I'm not.
against you.
I'm not using the headphones. I'm just
Okay.
using this.
Headphones.
I'm using a laptop.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
But
So
go ahead. We can hear you well, but I think there was some kind of
okay. I'm in town.
glitch.
I'll just park somewhere. So
That's right.
we need to understand challenge. One way, like my own way of strategy that I can use. Or rather I've been trying to use is identify a goon, later on after all these incidents approach the person. Why were you doing this? Because these goons come from our family, these goons come from our village, these goons are our former schoolmates, our colleagues, not even colleagues. These are people that we know.
No,
These
no,
are
no, no.
people that we know their relatives.
No. Before you go to the goons, I need something that you're proposing something about the police. Let's address the police first,
So
and
the
then we address
police.
the goons. Okay.
So
So yeah,
that's
what's
enough.
the strategy? Yeah, go ahead.
Strategy is more similar. Like for instance, we know these police get orders from the IG. We are dealing with the president at the moment, and this president get instruction from the IG get instruction from the police. We know this IG personally. There are people who know him personally. So why can't we have a movement that at later on, maybe when things are cooled down, why can't we approach these government officials and we tell them, listen, this is our issue. We are not fighting the government, we are not fighting the system, but this is the issue. But the person, as much as you're working under the order, you are part of the problem and you are making things becoming worse. For instance, you know where the IG stay, you know where they go to church. These people come from our church. You can't tell me I just sent someone to kill another person, and then on Sunday you're with the same person worshiping God. You see, and these people, we know them very well. So why can't we approach these people on individual capacity, and have this conversation with them? Because we know they get the OCS. Why can't we, prior to, like, we are going for Mandaman on 8th? I come from Transoya. I've mobilized people. Let's go see the OCS early enough. Let's have a cup of coffee. Why do you have to use this kind of force to destabilize people who have no problem with the system? We are only asking the government to do the right thing. So my strategy is, people like Boniface Mwangi, they have these people. Why can't they approach them individually prior to these dates, so that we can have, hata wakitumana, they will tell us, they will tell watu wao, handle these people with care. So police is part of the problem. Police are working with the politician. If you want to destroy a politician, you can take a second to destroy a politician. But for them, what they can do is to make a call to an OCS for protection. So we need to have a conversation with the police force to be part of this, as long as we abide with the law. So that's one of the things. So I also wanted to conclude something on the civic education. We also need to take personal responsibility in this movement. Like, everyone needs to do the right thing. For instance, don't allow a politician to speak in a funeral and allow people to go home. Don't allow. If need be, speak after the politician, because whatever they speak, they're like the last people who can speak na watu wanaenda na hiyo narrative. So if you have a chance to have your mic in church, in funerals, whatever place, if you can, we can have a chance, because we need to come up with another movement, another disruption, like another another, like wale watu ambao those people who don't fear. We need a fighter, new fighters in this generation who can say politician cannot speak, and then now people go home believing what the politician said. We have a politician in Transoya, he comes, do shit, anapeana gas. Now once he speak, Mike inazimwa, people go home, and you can't go uko mbele useme ati alifanya hii anafanyanga hii. No, because at the end of the yeye ndiye amemaliza kuongea, so people believe. So my point is we should be able to come out without fear, with courage, to speak after politician. When he says something wrong, we say it's wrong. But then again, when you do that, there are people around him, and these people are still our friends. So we need to approach our parents, tuambie, mom, dad, this is what is going on. Stop going to politicians' meetings. That's what I did with my parents. I tell my parents, if you want that 500 shillings, call me. I'll give you the 500 shillings. My parents don't go to politicians' meetings. They don't. And the same thing that we need to talk to our parents. They are taking advantage of our parents. They're taking advantage of our brothers and sisters who are languishing in poverty in Mashambani. So we also need to support our own family. So that they don't go kuchukua hii kidogo yenye politician wanapea. Sometimes they go listen, if these people anaongea vitu ya ujinga, they just walk out. They don't squarely depend on handout. So that's my point. So we need to take individual responsibility in terms of civic education. Speak to anyone who is close to you in the village. Those goons, we need to have a conversation with them in an individual capacity, so that ile siku watataka kutumiwa hawatakuwa. Whatever we are doing in the next general election, the same people will fight us. The same goons will fight us. And this is what, as I conclude, the biggest problem we are having. I'm a millennial. As long as he's close to a politician, he can do anything. You remember there was a time Halwale, a guy was like, no, you can't say that about Halwale. Wachaneni na Halwale. This guy is not even a relative to Halwale. He's fighting for Halwale. Somebody, Halwale ameweka watoto yake everywhere, doing well, where you are there fighting for Halwale. Because of you don't understand your relationship with a politician. You see, so we need to educate these people huku mashinani kabisa, so that they don't get aligned with a politician. They understand this person is my representative, and it ends there, nothing else. Hiyo ndio challenge yenye mimi naona we are facing in this movement. So with that, I would like to say thank you for that opportunity.
Wow, thanks, Wycliffe, for saying that. You know, I've been afraid of disclosing my age. Now, at some point, I may have to really tell people, because when I hear people saying I'm a Gen Z, I'm a millennial. Okay, let's go to Aluta. I'll disclose my age before the day ends. I've been around for a Okay, Aluta, do you wanna go? We can go to engineer, then Kenya, Cherry, Mercy's here, Don is here. So we probably have like only 5 remaining to add to the queue. So let's go to Aluta. Thanks, Wycliffe. That was good. That was good. That was really good. Aluta.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hi, good morning. We can hear you very well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Aluta, but that's not my real name. It's a pseudonym, just from Samora Machel, Aluta Continua. So this morning, I've been following this conversation. Though I have a lot of fatigue, I had a night shift. I'm a medic by profession.
Umenipigia leo?
But hello.
Oh, mbona ni kama umenipigia?
Hello,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
we can hear you, but I don't know who else's mic is
Hapana,
open.
nimemiss of course.
Yes, I can hear some noises in.
Okay, hang on a
I think
second. Let me see.
Pastor Jem, you can mute the youth president.
Okay, so I think we're good now. Lota, please. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm very honored to be in this space. I can see that we have great people here, and I can see Wakili Okelo Esquire, Okemo, not Okelo. I can see Madam Stella, and everyone else who has spoken. All your sentiments are fantastic. Now, we are talking about Nane revolts. And the previous speaker has talked about the greatest challenge that we are facing. First of all, we need to understand that there is a backlash that we are expecting to face from the political elite. Now they're together. They have always been together. You will bear me witness, guys, that the system, the way it has been structured, is in such a way that we have a majority of people who are striving from the lowest stratum of the economy, who are striving or struggling or hustling to make ends meet. And these people are actually preyed upon by these politicians. They are not goons per se. They are just people who are just there. They are not. They don't have something that drives them from within them. Like the way that we are here, we have a zeitgeist. We have a spirit that is driving us. We believe that the conviction which we have for a better country is achievable. It is not something that we can sacrifice for, or we can trade for petty politics, tribal politics, or partisan politics. I belong to this party, I belong to this party. We know that we have a bigger purpose. We want to usher a new dispensation from the old one, the one which has held us down at the expense of too much. Our parents, I heard someone say that our parents have a problem because they grew up during the
Did we lose Luther or what happened?
You can hear me?
Okay, now I can. Sorry. I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, sorry about that. Now, guys, we need to break this impervious wall which has been there between us whom largely a bigger chunk of us who are leading from the front line of this movement are people who have transitioned from high school, from primary school to high school, and then from high school to tertiary institutions. That is one thing that we know for sure. And when you hear politicians telling telling people out there that within these streets that, these guys have been paid by organizations to come and ruin your businesses, they have actually, these are people who have mastered the tricks of division. They know that most of these people have, as I've said, they did not transit. These people who are in these Eastlands, mita tu hapa. These are the people who did not transition to wengi ambao wako pale ni watu ambao wakuenda universities, ni watu ambao wamehustle, walimaliza primary school, mtu akaingia streets akaanza kuhustle, akajenga kabiashara kake. So these people are just the low hanging fruits for the politicians. Wao wanawafikia mbele, wanawapiga na propaganda. These guys have been paid, they want to come and destroy your businesses, and that is what they hold. And then the media and the press, these are actually controlled by these billionaire politicians. Actually, right now we are better off because we have scholars there. We have people who are contributing positively from within that domain. But there are also challenges from within, and they know those who work in the media sector, they know this. You find that the media, mostly the vernacular media, majority of Kenyans including those who are in Noro, Kameme, whatever. At least right now, things have been, and Ramogi and others. Right now, things have been different. Kitambo Kidogo, they used to invite politicians to come there, gibberish, and giving them platforms to come and lie to our people, our parents, and our dear brothers and sisters.
You're done if you got interrupted because I can hear you again.
And then I think I will just have to drop and then.
Like everything was so clear, and then it kind of goes off like for like a flip second.
Oh, sorry.
But let me ask you a question here. Maybe
Yeah.
a quick one before I give someone else a chance. So
Yes,
then,
please.
do you think we need to take this movement into these airspaces?